Rogers for the tie. Wow! Oh my goodness! Michael Jordan. Big finish. Dreams to come true. Oh, it almost went in. As good as it gets.
They're excited in Evansville as the Purple Aces try to claim their first postseason tournament win ever in their Division I history. Live from the Ford Center, it's the CIT Championship featuring the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks and the Evansville Purple Aces. Hi everybody, Dave Popkin with you along with former Kentucky All-American Kyle Macy. Good to have you along. Northern Arizona is having a storybook season. They have won a school record 23 games already. Evansville has been a high-scoring team lately, Kyle, averaging over 83 points in this tournament.
Yeah, it should be a fun game to watch tonight because both teams like to score a lot of points, but how they get there is a little bit different. Evansville known more for their motion offense, kind of methodical, and really don't take many bad shots. Northern Arizona, they like to get up and down, and they will take some quick shots because sometimes their best offense is going to the offensive glass. All
right, Kyle, let's take a look at how these teams got here. Evansville has been impressive, winning a couple games on the road, and in the semis, knocking off UT Martin 79-66. Northern Arizona has won all of their games by 7 points or less, including the semis at home against NJIT 68-61. Quentin Upshur is a senior forward for the Lumberjacks. He is their leading scorer.
He is averaging over 14 points a game. The 6'5" senior really provides leadership. He started every game in his career, so really that consistency in the lineup, and he's a high-flying scorer that has that shooter's mentality. He'll shoot anytime from anywhere.
There's a high-flying scorer on the other side, and his name is DJ Valentine. He has led the Missouri Valley Conference in scoring the last 2 years.
Yeah, the entire Evansville offense starts with DJ Valentine, and he's a great outside shooter. He can penetrate and dish, but they're always looking for him coming off a pick to catch and shoot.
Evansville came into this tournament losing 4 straight games. They didn't know if they would play again. They'd have totally turned it around. And for more on that story, let's send it over to the third member of our crew, Kevin E. Martin.
Well, following Evansville's tough overtime loss to Illinois State in their conference tournament, head coach Marty Simmons gave his team 6 days off. In fact, a group of guys were down in Florida when they got the call that they received the bid to the CIT tournament. When they got back, they were re-energized. Coach said there was a pep in their step, which we have witnessed this entire tournament run. It'll be interesting to see what type of energy the Purple Aces come out with here tonight.
Ready to go. Starting lineups and the opening tip-off for the CIT Championship game comes your way next. Only here on CBS Sports Network.
You, my friend, recognize when a trend has reached critical mass. Yes, when others focus on one thing, you see what's coming next. You see opportunity. That's what a Type E does. And so it begins.
With E-Trade's Investing Insight Center, you can spot trends before they become trendy. E-Trade, opportunity is everywhere.
Live a full life. The Lexus CT Hybrid with an EPA estimated 42 mpg. The further you go, the more interesting it gets. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Don't miss Golden Corral's Seafood Spectacular. Dinner for just $11.99. New crispy fish tacos, jumbo shrimp, teriyaki glazed salmon, bone-in catfish, and more. No seafood sticker shock here. Golden Corral, the best buffet in the USA.
All around the world, there's children who are practicing. Last-second jumpers in driveways. Friends say that's a king. Richmond, a vision and dreams with them. Hooping on team scene. They're on the screen, deep in the march. Selected to start, and just then on the count. Like a on deep. Sticking together, believe. Taking the charge. Coming from Bean. Town media down that's we. CBS Sports now. Before Navy and the was Portland bound. He played on this court, and now I think it's about time that we're bringing that course. So it's the CIT on CBS. Yes.
Hit the powder at full throttle, navigate sharp turns, and catch big air with the coolest racers in extreme sports. Strap in for AMSOIL Championship Snowcross powered by Ram. Sunday morning at 10, only on CBS Sports Network. The CollegeInsider.com postseason tournament on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Marriott, the official hotel for the 2015 CollegeInsider.com postseason tournament. And by 312 Media, producing Emmy Award-winning features for CollegeInsider.com.
Back with you at the Ford Center. Time for the starting lineup. Northern Arizona veteran team. Asim Dixon has been hot in this tournament. Iancu is the point guard. Two big guys set career highs in rebounding their last time out. Evansville, young team. Dwayne Gibson is the point guard. Wing is a shooter. So is Valentine. Jack Murphy is the head coach in his third season with Northern Arizona. Already 8 more wins than last year. Marty Simmons in his 8th year coaching his alma mater. Former star here, former assistant coach as well. His son Blake plays on this team. Ready for the tip. Mike Sanzier, Larry Scarano, Chris Beaver are the officials. Evansville and White, they control the tip. And Northern Arizona, they have come over 1,500 miles to play for their postseason championship.
It was interesting to see how Evansville would start the game, because in this CIT tournament they have had just blistering first halves and really come out of the gate strong in all of their contests.
Egidius Muscovicius, hereafter known as Iggy, scoring inside for Evansville, and Iancu turned it over.
Iancu got down a little bit deep, didn't really know what he was going with the ball. Everybody kind of got caught standing. Iancu's an outstanding point guard in the fact he can really penetrate to the basket. Sometimes he does try to do a little bit too much. If he could really shoot the basketball, he may have an NBA career.
This is Blake Simmons off to Adam Wing. And now the aforementioned Valentine, the junior from Kokomo, Indiana. Already 6th in Evansville history in points scored, and they nearly turned it over. Double dribble. Kevin E. Martin, what's going on the sideline?
Dave, after the NJIT win, the Lumberjacks wasted no time hitting the road. They left campus at 1:30 a.m. following that game for a 5:25 a.m. flight on Wednesday. They then landed in St. Louis at 10 a.m. Bus up here. It was a 3-hour bus ride, and they arrived in Evansville yesterday at 1:30 p.m. When I talked to Coach Murphy at the shoot-around this morning, he said, "We're used to it. It's normal. The Big Sky Conference is a plane and bus league. They travel a lot. He's not concerned about that. What he's more concerned about is these Purple Aces."
All right, Kevin E., and there's a steal by Asim Dixon. Dixon hits, so did Upshur moments ago. Northern Arizona takes a 2-point lead. Now, Kyle, Northern Arizona took 3 trips east already this year, so they have that experience. The bad part is they were 0-6 in those games.
Right. Now, if you try to put a positive spin on it, though, you understand that they play at altitude up there in Flagstaff, Arizona. So conditioning-wise, they're used to running at that high altitude, so coming down here a little bit lower level, it should be to their advantage. And, you know, at this point of the year, practice is kind of overrated. I mean, we're talking about practice.
Block shot by Lynn Springs. He had 5 blocks in the semis against NJIT.
Springs a real force inside. Not only does a good job blocking shots, but also is an excellent rebounder and does a noses roll, goes out and sets a lot of picks in the perimeter, then rolls back to the basket.
This is Valentine. 3 on the shot clock. Comes up short, but the offensive rebound for Muscovicius.
And again, you see the Purple Aces just taking their time, working the ball inside out, drawing the foul that time.
And he is an excellent free throw shooter, 83% on the year. Former Lithuanian national team member for the under-20 squad.
A good-looking player, 6'10", 225, and does have that international experience and kind of an international type post player. Doesn't really play that much with his back to the basket. A lot of pick and pops, and can, like you said, shoot those free throws lights out.
First team player in the Missouri Valley Conference this year. The Valley had a huge season, 5 postseason teams, including Wichita State, Northern Iowa in the NCAAs. And those 5 teams have a combined 13-3 record in postseason this year.
Yeah, it's always been a very solid conference and a lot of quality basketball. No real easy games, whether you're home or on the road.
Iancu is pushed. That's his game. He just likes to drive it to the bucket and dish.
Yeah, he has a great knack of getting into those gaps and pulling the defense to set up some opportunities for his teammates to score. But again, if he could shoot at all, he'd have an opportunity because he does such a good job of just getting into those gaps and creating that type of offense.
And he gets fouled a lot. First in the country in free throws made this year.
Yeah, I had a game earlier where he made 16 out of 16 from behind the line.
Dixon off the mark from 3, and it goes out off of Northern Arizona.
You kind of see the difference now with Evansville. They've been deep in the shot clock about 3 times already here in the first 2.5 minutes. And for Northern Arizona, they haven't even gotten under 15 yet. And we're playing with the 30-second shot clock.
Experimenting here in the CIT, normally 35 seconds. I've liked it so far.
Kind of interesting, Evansville scoring has actually gone up because knowing there's less time, they're running a little bit more in the full court. So their transition points have been a little bit higher.
Adam Wing with 4 on the ticker. Iggy with a tip.
Iggy doing a good job just locating the basketball, keeping it alive, and getting it to go down. Good job by Wing, recognizing the shot clock was down as well, getting that shot in the air.
And the best part of all this for Marty Simmons is that just about everybody coming back. Len Springs is fouled. Northern Arizona has 5 seniors, including this guy, Springs. Evansville, on the other hand, has only 1 senior, so they're trying to build.
Yeah, it's the thing about this game in this tournament, you get great experience. You see the follow by Iggy on the right-handed tip-in, but for one team, you're trying to finish your career in style and really create that winning atmosphere in your program. Third-year coach Jack Murphy. For Evansville, it's just getting that winning experience in postseason play, so when they come back next year, they understand what it takes and what you have to do to accomplish that. So kind of building both programs in different ways.
Simmons will go smaller here as Meskevicius comes out. Jalen Moore in. Upshur takes a rest for Northern Arizona.
Springs not a real good free throw shooter, only 58% on the season.
Galen Buernick is in for the Lumberjacks, and so is Ako Kaluna, a 6'7" sophomore from Stevenson Ranch, California.
You know, he's a wide body, Kaluna is, but he's got a real good touch in the basketball. This morning at shoot-around made about 2 or 3 threes. They were going through the different offensive sets.
Ballantyne shoots lots of threes. Good offensive rebound by Mislav Brozoya.
Sometimes going to the offensive glass is just about effort. It's not knowing exactly where the ball is going to go, but giving that effort, going towards the rim, and then reacting when it kicks off.
Lumberjacks getting beaten at their own game there. Evansville had only 3 offensive rebounds in their semifinal win over UT Martin. Kaluna, no. Buernick, yes.
Buernick, another wide body down the low post between he and Altoona. They just bang people around. Good offensive rebound that time.
Jalen Brown running the point here for Evansville, a sophomore from Fishers, Indiana, former All-State player. Wing off to Brown, knocked away and stolen. Jordan Martin on the steal. Iancu for 3. Way off the mark, but rebounded by Jordan Martin. Dixon, turned away by Jalen Moore. 15:24 left in the first half. This is the CIT championship game, even so far between Northern Arizona and Evansville.
A trip through the bracket and go inside the Final Four in Indianapolis. NCAA March Madness Bracket Breakdown presented by Reese's. Tomorrow at 6 on CBS Sports Network.
Hey, you. Get out of the street. You hear me? Move it now. Don't be offering kids candy in the street, you freak.
Louie premieres Thursday at 10:30 on FX.
Saturday, boxing returns to CBS.
knockout sensation Adonis Stevenson.
Stevenson going in for the proverbial kill.
Faces all-out brawler Sakio Bika.
Oh, and there's just a catapult left hook by Bika.
The battles begin.
This is as good as boxing gets.
Premier Boxing Champions, Saturday at 3 on CBS.
I guess I feel like I'm not that good anymore. It's like a depression. And then I'm like, oh my God.
Louie premieres Thursday at 10:30 on FX.
Do you feel sluggish or tired throughout the day? Have you ever thought the problem could be your liver?
My liver?
Your liver cleanses your body of things like too much food and drink. And if it's all clogged up, you feel sluggish and tired. But there is something you can do. Take Liverite Liverade, the natural dietary supplement just for your liver. Liverite helps your liver work properly so you can feel more energized. Cleanse your liver. Feel the energy. Live right with Liverite.
Thanks, Liverite.
Available at CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and Walmart.
Along with former Phoenix Suns and University of Kentucky star Kyle Macy and Kevin E. Martin, Dave Popkin back with you. CIT championship game. Evansville and Northern Arizona tied at 7 apiece. Evansville has a very uncommon player on their team in 6'10", 225-pound junior, Egidius Meskevicius. He's off to a good start in this ball game with 5 points and 2 rebounds in 3 minutes. And Angela Lento from CollegeInsider.com says that he is one of the most improved players in the country, working hard to be a great post player. He'll score on the block over either shoulder with a jump hook. Now we've seen the shot blocking and defense already. He's also an excellent free throw shooter.
He's a solid player, a good size and a good mobility, agility, can step out on the floor and really play. And you got to believe when Angela picks a player that she knows what she's talking about because they perform. I mean, she picked this Northern Arizona team, kind of a dark horse team in the middle of the year when their record was like 14-13. Everybody thought, what? Next thing you know, they win 10 out of 12, and they're right here in the finals of the CIT tournament, so you got to give her a lot of props.
It was a great call, and you can learn more about that at collegeinsider.com or follow Angela on Twitter at collegeinsider. Teams have been cold from 3, but getting the ball in the paint. Jalen Moore can't get it. Buernick corrals the rebound.
Not many second opportunities. Northern Arizona does such a good job rebounding, both offensively and defensively. And they've got quite a size advantage tonight here against Evansville as well.
Kicked out. As we talked about the size and the rebounding for Northern Arizona, they're 5th in the country in rebounding. North Carolina is first, to put it in perspective.
And if you look at the two teams, North Carolina is so much bigger in size, but now tonight's a little unusual for Northern Arizona because they do have about 2 inches of size advantage height-wise at every position. But after that first break, Evansville actually was leading the rebounding department. I know it's early, 5-3.
Dixon for 3. And rebounded by Mislav Brozoya. There are 4 Europeans on this Evansville team. That's the most in Division I basketball. He is from Croatia. Valentine inside to Jalen Moore.
And Valentine does such a good job of when the defense really extends to shut him down. He's willing to give the basketball up, and a nice read that time gets Moore the two-handed flush.
Northern Arizona with the ball. They're only 1 for their last 7 from the field. 13:45 left in the first half. Trying to get it inside to Coluna, and it's stolen by Moore, who's given a good contribution off the bench. He is a senior from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Jaylen Brown hemmed in.
Shot clock at 10.
Valentine, who averages over 20, gives it up to Brown. That's the thing about Valentine. Yep. Great scorer, but unselfish.
Yeah, he's averaging 30 points a game in the CIT, but so far in no hurry to take shots, only taking 2 attempts. So now going to move to the point guard position, set up his teammates.
Evansville up 4.
That's one thing good players do, too. They don't force the thing. They just kind of let the game come to them. They understand when it's time to score, when it's time to give it up.
On the pile-up, Upshur comes away with it. Dixon saves it. Good look, but a traveling violation. Northern Arizona turns it over.
Now in the game for Evansville.
That is their third.
Blake Simmons and number 55, Ignatius Montskevicius.
Durnick just got a little bit, I don't know if he didn't want to get that contact when the going for the block that time. What, just a couple little extra steps there before he put the ball down.
Jack Murphy, the former Memphis assistant under Josh Pastner, former Denver Nuggets advanced scout, has this Lumberjack team headed in the right direction.
Yeah, just his third year, and every year they've won more games than the previous year, so that's always a good thing. And now getting this tournament experience, trying to become the first Big Sky team to win a postseason tournament.
Smacked out of bounds by the Lumberjacks. Marty Simmons started his playing career at Indiana for Bob Knight, then finished up here at Evansville for Jim Cruz, where he was an all-everything player, quite a scorer.
Oh, he was. And you talk about a guy that knew how to put the ball in the basket. They ran a lot of picks for him, but he did a great job reading the defense and went to the offensive glass as well. And once in a while played a little defense, but it's just an outstanding college player. And a great guy off the court now, too, as well. Doing a good job coaching.
That's his son, Blake Simmons, a sophomore from Newburgh, Indiana. Missing from three.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of interesting. That was one of the first things I asked him today was, how is it coaching your son? Because, you know, I actually had a chance to play for my father in high school, in which every situation is so different, and it was interesting to hear his comments. But sophomore year, he feels like maybe didn't have as good a year as he did his freshman season, but a real conscientious worker and a great teammate.
Springs lost it out of bounds. Evansville leading it here at home, 11-7 in the CIT Championship. Back with more on CBS Sports Network.
Flip on the CIT, hooper, we need degrees. Shooting from three with ease, it's easy to see with fiends. Please believe that every possession that counts. Obsessed from our couches, hanging with every pass like a hoop that's delivered, a gem to perfection, now bouncing. Fans in the stands with hands up, just like the trap of a press. 10,000 strong, stars have been born before insanity, yes. CBS Sports now, before Damian Lillard was Portland bound. He played on this court and now, I think it's about time that we're bringing that course. So it's the CIT on CBS, yes.
Take the roar out of snore. Yet another innovation only at a Sleep Number store.
Has a chance to win the game on the final possession. 74-74. 9 seconds to go. Miguel Paul's got the ball up top. Miguel keeps the dribble alive. Lebo says, go to the hoop. Here's Miguel with it. Gives it to Richmond. Three is up. And good! At the buzzer! At the buzzer! Hakeem Richmond hits the shot. Unbelievable. What a shot!
Evansville by 4 in the CIT Championship, starting Monday at noon Eastern and continuing all week. CBS Sports Network invites you to experience the preparation behind golf's finest tradition. Masters on the Range, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Dave Hopkin, Kyle Macy, Kevin E. Martin, back with you in Evansville, Indiana. No need to hide your identity as an Evansville fan these days. They've got a good thing going.
They really do. You ought to have a lot of purple pride, if you will. But yeah, those fans kind of going incognito.
I think Bobby Valentine is at the game.
Neither team has made a three-pointer yet. 0 for 7 between the two of them. Again, I think you got to credit just a good defense on both these teams' part. Here you see Valentine going inside, showing the versatility. It takes some outside shots now, showing you can post up as well.
This is a kid that is getting better literally every day. He only averaged 17 points a game in high school. He's averaged over 20 the last 2 years in college and over 30, as Kyle mentioned, in this tournament. Lynn Springs is also blossoming. He had his best game ever against Kent State in the quarterfinals of this tournament with a double-double.
Yeah, Ballantyne, not only is he averaging 30 points, but he's doing it by shooting 60% from the field. I mean, that's just unheard of because he doesn't shoot many layups. It's mainly jump shots, three-point shots, and once in a while he'll post up like he just did, just to keep the defense honest.
Jaylen Brown running the point here. We haven't seen Dwayne Gibson in a while, the starting point guard. Simmons inside to Iggy. No dice. Rebounded by Bjornick. Yanku hits inside. He struggled so much in the semis against NJIT, going 1 for 14 from the field, but he made a bunch of free throws, and that was big down the stretch.
He's really a clutch player down the stretch from the free throw line. Like we said, one game earlier this year, he made all 16 of his free throw attempts, but he's just got that ability, and sometimes he gets those open shots like we just saw because they don't want to foul him, so they kind of just back off knowing he normally can't shoot very well.
Brown. No. Moskevicius is fouled. Kevin E. Martin, what's going on?
With that offensive rebound right there in this past timeout, he basically said, guys, keep it simple. Let's get back to the basics. Crisper passes, rebound, guys.
All right. They've played enough games at this point. This is the 36th game of the year for Evansville. Just keep it simple.
Well, and that's really Evansville basketball, just being fundamentally sound on the offense. Not trying to make fantastic, outstanding plays. Just be solid, good plays. Make the simple play, but the one that gets the result of putting the ball in the basket. But, you know, reading your picks coming off those screens, whether it's a back screen, a down screen, or a flare pick over the top, and just reading what your cut should be when you cut, change of speed action, cut hard towards the basket. And like she talked about, snapping that pass, get a little bit more so the defense doesn't have time to run through it.
Requires a lot of precision to run that offense.
It does, and you've got to really be familiar with your teammates, and I think that may be one reason, as we see Yanku knocking down a jump shot, one reason that spring break trip really paid off, because all of a sudden you really get to know your teammates, not just on the court, but off the court. You're spending 4 or 5 days in a row in the sunshine down there in Florida together and kind of build that bond.
Moskevicius with the left, showing that versatility that Angelo Lento talked about in the scouting report.
I like that patience, just taking his time, getting his defender to the spot where he wanted him, and then a little roll to the middle there with that left-handed hook.
Bjornick, who started last year and is now basically the 6th man for this team, feeding Dixon, and he bowled over the defender, no call. Dixon. Iggy again, cleaning the glass. He's had a big first half. That's his 4th rebound.
And a good move by Iggy, not committing the foul that time. Oh, how about that move?
Dwayne Gibson came up empty, and rebound grabbed by Lynn Springs.
Yeah, kind of unusual. Gibson, he's more of a pass-first type player. Brown's more the explosive point guard, but a nice job penetrating, just couldn't finish.
Springs fouls Brazoya. Mishlav Brazoya, the redshirt sophomore, broke his hand, came back in just 2 weeks after having surgery earlier this year. Springs sits, and Northern Arizona will bring in a couple subs here. Yanku will play with Martin as Moskevicius sits. But for the Lumberjacks, Yanku, Upshur, Martin, Dixon, and Zachary Reynolds, a senior from Tampa Bay. Second chance, and they were both blocked by Reynolds.
He got caught on the defense of the pick that time, but man, did he recover blocking both those shots.
Yanku, turnabout is fair play. Looked like Gibson got a hand on it.
Yeah, Yanku trying to be a little bit more explosive on the offensive end, looking to score a little bit more.
Offense running through Ballantyne here. He's only scored 2 points thus far. They double team Ballantyne for a moment. Like a running back behind center, and he traveled. He did some running.
Yeah, it was 2 big steps. I'm not sure that was travel, though. I mean, he got a little bump, whatever, and it did look awkward, which a lot of times officials make the call just sometimes by how the move looks. And while it looked awkward, that wasn't near as many steps as that international step through. So maybe got a third one in there, but they may have anticipated that foot coming down for that 3rd step, too.
Sometimes when the move is slower, it's just pronounced and it attracts the officials' attention. Evansville's gone cold, 2 for their last 8, leading